You're watching the 3-time award-winning YCN Game of the Week. The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist with the most complete line of energy products and the highest level of customer and on-site service. By LaValle and Middleton Building Supply, home improvement and construction from concept to completion, now in 11 locations in Vermont and New Hampshire. Baba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor of beautiful Lake Sunapee. And by Barton Insurance with locations in New London, Contoocook, Grantham, and Sunapee. And by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. With more frequent major weather events, don't say again, I should have installed a generator. H.R. Clough provides the best home generator systems available from Generac. Our highly trained personnel provide you a complete turnkey installation. For a free estimate, call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
No matter what season it is, you can always find the best in American and Italian cuisine at Bubba's Bar and Grill in Newbury, New Hampshire. Stop in to enjoy our fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizzas, the award-winning seafood chowder, and a new seasonal menu just right for the cooler months. Dine in or take out. You can check out our full lunch and dinner menus along with daily specials on our website each day as well. Bubba's Bar and Grill, just 2 miles from Mount Sunapee in the beautiful harbor of Newbury, New Hampshire.
You were born to chase the light.
Available at LaValle Middleton Building Supply.
So we've got all new electrical, and our roof is about 2 years old. Anything else you need to know? Oh, and I wanted to mention, we have a dog. It's not going to be a problem, is it?
If you buy insurance online, sometimes it's hard to get answers. But with Safeco Insurance, a real person will explain all your options, so you get the right coverage at the right price.
For personal and professional service at a competitive price, visit us at the Barton Insurance Agency.
From Henry Everton Memorial Field in Lebanon, New Hampshire, the YCN Game of the Week on this Friday night, and a beautiful Friday night it is a Division II battle between the Cavaliers of Hollis Brookline and the Lebanon Raiders. Bob Lippman along with Brett Franklin. Both teams off to 1-0 starts. We're going to get our national anthem, and then we'll have the opening kickoff.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs burst
handful of all of the places that you can broadcast from, certainly in the Upper Valley, Brett. It's a pleasure to be back with you here as we get going. Week 2 of the high school football season.
Yes, Bob, as you mentioned, 2 teams coming in at 1-0. Different styles of victory when you look at it from week 1. Lebanon, a convincing 60-14 win over Man West down in the Queen City. Meanwhile, Hollis Brookline, a 12-6 victory over Hillsborough Deering Hopkinton at home down in Hollis. These 2 teams meeting for the first time in a long time, Bob. First time these 2 teams have met since 2007. Longtime Division II opponents or members, but first time they're meeting in a long time.
And so I guess there's not a whole lot to go off of, right? So I happened to see Hollis Brookline as YCN Game of the Week about 3 years ago. They were up in Hanover, and I did a Friday night game up there. That was the year that Hollis Brookline went on to win the state championship. They were 2019. They were the Division II champs, and Leb now playing back up in Division II, where they get the rivalry with Hanover once again down the road.
Funny how they go just about a couple miles down the road, but they haven't been here in quite some time. But it's going to be a veteran-led team in the Lebanon Raiders, who are heavy favorites in Division II, versus a very young Hollis Brookline squad. But again, a good win last week to give the Cavaliers some momentum coming into this week.
Tanner Ames puts the right foot into the ball. It's going to be a short kick. Will be fielded by the up-back J.C. Cora. And he gets to about the 27, so not a bad starting position for the Cavaliers. They'll be in the white, going from where we are right to left here in quarter number 1. 12-minute quarters. New Hampshire high school football could not ask for a better night. Temperature will be right around the 60-degree mark, I think, by the time we get throughout most of the evening.
And the pesky sun that is usually behind the Lebanon physical building in front of us has gone down, so it should not play a factor here in this early going.
Elliot Trodden will be the running back behind the senior quarterback Riley McQuilkin. Man goes in motion, a spin of that center one, and a fire off the sideline. Was Lebanon offsides, or did Hollis jump? I think the Raiders were offside. And there's your first penalty.
I believe that is on C.J. Childs, number 33, the son of head coach Chris Childs in his 15th season as the head coach of the Raiders. He led the Maroon and Gold to a 2010 state championship, and they're looking for their, well, you could consider it their third one, depending on how you look at it. In 1988, the Raiders went undefeated in the CVL, not recognized as state champs, but then they won it in 2010 as well.
If you throw out last year's pandemic season, Raiders have won 16 games in a row. Pass to Trodden, beats one man as he tries to get outside on the far side of the field, run out of bounds for a loss. Braden,
24, Elliot Trodden on the carry.
Elliot Trodden on the carry, and for Lebanon, saw 33 C.J. Childs running him down from behind. Loss on the play.
Yeah, it was almost a tackle for a loss there. Connor Brown had him in the backfield, but wrap him up, but then it was Naoti Pooney and company that finished him off for just getting back to the original line of scrimmage.
No, we had the penalty of 5, so
That's
this is
right,
a 4-yard loss. 11:20 to go in the first quarter. Quarterback, shotgun snap. McQuilkin comes out right side. The ball into the hands of the receiver. Down at the 30-yard line is Isaiah Velez, one of the 4 Hollis Brookline captains.
Tackled by number 2,
and
Justin
the pickup
DiCarlo.
will be for 4 yards, setting up
Gain of about
long
3
third.
to bring up
Right now, it looks like the Cavs trying to work the edge of the Raiders' defense right now. But you don't see too often in high school football coming out of the shotgun pro set.
Third down, going to air it far side, incomplete. Covered solid
pass,
by Sawyer
down.
Bolio on 32, Jake Ingraham, and Hollis Brookline sees their opening drive of the game stall, and they'll have to punt.
Well, Hollis Brookline wanted or accepted the to receive the opening kickoff, so clearly the Cavs wanted to start off on the right foot, being on the road here. And, of course, the penalty early on for the Raiders did not cost them.
Cavaliers. Jack Stone back to receive for the Raiders.
12, Jackson Stone will be on the receiving end of the punt of Joe Mahoney here. 2 teams in week 2, both 1-0 on the season. Hollis scrambling to get an 11th guy onto the field, and there they have that. High snap. And it's blocked. The punt blocked. Scoop and score. C.J. Childs.
Touchdown, Raiders.
Well,
Punt is
it was
blocked
a
by 33
clean breakthrough by C.J. Childs. The high snap, and he was able to just get a clean look. 2 hands on it, scoop and score for the easy 6.
15 yards on the return of the block punt for the Lebanon Raiders. Club that put 60 on the board against Manchester West last week, and they're on the board here. Minute 24 into the first quarter.
And in that game last week, Man West scored on their opening drive, kind of giving the Raiders a little bit of a shock and awe, and then they go on to score 60 unanswered.
Ball's down, and the extra point
Tanner
kick
Ames point after
is good for Tanner Ames.
36 to go in the first quarter. Your score, Raiders 7,
Takes
Cavaliers
a
0.
7-0 lead on the YCN
Visit
game of the week.
concession building. There's plenty of food, plenty of drink. And all funds support the Lebanon Raider football program.
Stay tuned to the end of our telecast for the H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating turning up the Heat player of the game when we choose the competitor that had the greatest impact on today's contest. If we awarded it now, it probably would go to C.J. Childs.
Well, it was funny, right? C.J. gets called for the offsides, which probably did not make Pops too happy there on the sideline, who's the head coach of the Raiders, and then how does he make up for it on special teams? Goes in, blocks the punt, returns it for a score for the Raiders. So C.J. Childs involved early and often here in this game.
Wait the kickoff here. Lebanon will be at Milford next Friday night.
That should be a very interesting game against the Spartans.
Yeah, some different kind of rivals again for Lebanon. Kickoff return from the 17. Getting out near the 40-yard line on the return. J.C. Cora.
Tackled by number 7, Hunter Grant.
They give the tackle to Hunter
Cavaliers.
Yeah, good return there by Cora.
37-yard line.
Gets some good blocking up the middle, as you can see on the instant replay here. Gets a little bit of a hole and gives the Cavs a good starting position here on their second offensive possession of the night.
First down and 10. We'll call it the 37-yard line will be the start. Lebanon stunting right at the line as the quarterback takes the snap. McQuilkin buried as he fires over the middle. Incomplete. Cole Shambo
passes
came
incomplete under pressure. It'll be second down and 10.
And it'll be incomplete, second and 10.
Cole Shambo is in his second year here at Lebanon, transferred from Hartford High School. And he's fitted nicely to this game plan for the Raiders coming over from White River.
Second and 10, 10:27 to go in the first. McQuilkin, pressure coming, steps up and fires over the middle, and it's intercepted right into the hands of Shambo. He'll return it inside the 30-yard line. And
pass is intercepted. 22, Cole Shambo on the interception, brings the ball up to the Cavalier 28-yard line. Will be first and 10 for the Raiders.
As you can see, the edges collapse on McQuilkin, and then he steps up, trying to get it. It looked like Decorah, and just 22 was waiting right there for it. And gets a little bit of a return there as well. So the Raider defense and special teams making their presence known early here.
They'll start at the Hollis 28 with 10:17 to go and already one score up on the board for the Raiders. Now their first offensive play. Tanner Ames comes out as the end wide to the right. Justin DiCarlo is the end on the left side. Quarterback toss here from Stone. And it'll be a run play left side for Shambo.
22, Cole Shambo on the carry.
Yards, that's about all.
Jackson Stone, the senior quarterback for the Raiders, getting looks from Division I.
87, Colby
Holy
McDermott in on the
Cross
tackle.
And the State University UNH.
Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be second and 8 from the Cavalier 26-yard line.
He has really come on here in these last couple seasons, and of course plays free safety as well.
Plays some other sports as well, too.
That is true.
He's a pretty good basketball player.
On that state championship Raider team from last year.
Ball on the left side, hash mark. There'll be a run play, and and this is Pooney, who gets to the 15 and down to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown
Raiders!
Naoti Pooney,
26 yards.
What a run from Naoti Pooney. Great block there by C.J. Childs. Looked like he blocked two guys off on the edge, and then Pooney a little bit of a move, shake and bake on the outside. Great blocking up front. And then Pooney, the last 10 yards, all him as he walks his way into the end zone. And the Raiders coming out hot and heavy here to start this one.
26-yard run. Ames will try to add the extra point. And we haven't even played 3 minutes of the game, and a block punt. An interception leads to another short score for Lebanon. Ball down, the extra point kick drilled right through, and it's 14-0.
Tanner Ames' point after attempt is good. With 9:25 to go in the first quarter, your score, Raiders,
it's interesting.
14, Cavaliers 0.
Talk about the start to the game. Wasn't great for the Raiders, right? They get the offsides on the very first play of the game, and then all of a sudden it turns the tide. Block punt by C.J. Childs, and then Naoti Pooney with an impressive run. Naoti looking like he might be going to do college track next year, and he showed it there on the outside. But great blocking by the Raider front, and Lebanon could not have asked for a better start here at home.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, the job for Coach Chris Lonis, the 8th-year head coach at Hollis, is remind your club, all right, things got away here a little bit in the first couple of minutes. We have a whole lot of football left to go here tonight.
At this point, it's one play at a time. You're on the road. You got to collect yourself. It's a young team. We'll see if they can make some positive plays here with their third offensive possession.
All right, deep kickoff will be fielded back around the 2-yard line as Lobb brings it back to the 20 and fumbled it but out of bounds. And the Cavaliers will start
33, Brady Lobb on the return.
22.
If you're at Hollis Brookline right now,
Forced
again,
out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
Trying to get some positive yardage here in this next offensive possession.
22.
First offensive possession, you had a couple of looks there. You were able to kind of spread it out, work the outside. Let's see if the Cavs offense can get it going here, trailing by two scores early.
Just in the first quarter, again, first meeting in a long time between Lebanon and Hollis. They haven't met in 14 years. Hollis actually won its first ever varsity program here on this field in 05. McQuilkin rolling right, comes back, ball into the hands of the receiver. Boy, Lebanon trying to get it away from J.C. Cora, but he held on to it, and it'll be a pickup.
Riley McQuilkin's pass is complete.
Give J.C. Cora credit hanging on to that football. Look, you can see on the replay, makes the catch, sheds one tackler, and then all of a sudden, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different maroon jerseys come in, and he hangs on to make the positive yardage for a second down.
Well, spread wide, Jake Ingraham will be picked up here by Sawyer Bolio in the slot. There's one receiver even further out, and they'll go inside with a quick run, and that one will get very little yardage for Hollis Brookline.
Looked like Cam Davio was in on the initial hit.
Davio
coming off a recent battle with Mono, and he lost a lot of weight. So he's back out there. Good to see him making some positive plays, but he was in there on the initial hit. Loss of 3.
For Velez, 3rd down and 9. Hollis McQuilkin pass right side, caught and immediately buried by Naoti Pooney.
Again, pass complete to J.C. Cora. Naoti Pooney on the tackle.
J.C. Cora, the
tackle
freshman.
for a loss of a couple yards. To bring up 4th and long.
Just see again pressure on
the Cavaliers 20-yard line.
Really doesn't have much time to make a decision there, and had the quick out to his wide out Cora and made the nice catch, a difficult catch, but unfortunately it was for a loss.
And a lot of pass calling early on for Hollis Brookline. They're going to punt the football away. Get a block on the first one. Mahoney with a good snap gets it away in a hurry this time. Ball will hit in front of the return man. Stone now brings it back 50 to the 40, and will just take the angle and get out of bounds at about the 30 as Hollis pins him in, but another terrific start spot. Jackson Stone brings this one back.
Steps out of bounds at the Cavalier 29-yard line.
It's 10, 15, 20 yards on the return of the punt.
25-yard return on the punt will be first down Raiders from the Cavalier 29.
Now, you talk about last week for Hollis Brookline, their defense made a lot of big plays in some key spots, again winning 12-6, and right now the defense being tested early, the second time that the Raiders offense will start in Cavalier territory.
DeCarlo will be the receiver on the right side. Looks like a double tight end formation, couple of running backs in behind Stone. Pooney now goes in motion left and quarterback's rolling to the left. Looking downfield, throws, and the ball in and out and into the hands of the receiver downfield. That's a Lebanon first down to 33, C.J.
Pass complete to
Childs.
33, C.J. Childs.
Watch this throw from Stone. Not only is he rolling to his left, now he's got to throw across his
Gain of 14
body.
on the play. It'll be first down Raiders.
A tight window
Cavalier
with C.J.
15-yard
Childs,
line.
and he's able to make the catch for the first down. Really nice play by Stone. Not an easy throw.
14-yard gain. It was not an easy catch either. Childs already with a touchdown on a blocked punt in this game. And with 6:50 to go in the first, Lebanon with a 2-touchdown lead. Stone under center. It'll be a run play. And angling to the right is Cole Shambo, and he's
Cole
down.
Shambo on the carry.
about
Tackled by 87. Colby McDormand.
87, Colby McDormand, one of the Hollis Brookline captains, in on the stop.
Gain of, we're going to call 5. Second down of 5 from the 10-yard line.
It's really been a nice mix for Chris Childs, the head coach of the Raiders. Shambo, Childs, Shambo. It's been a lot of Shambo here early tonight, but so far this tandem running back of Shambo and Childs is working nicely for the Raiders.
Cameron Davio starting at the right guard. Childs inside the 5 and down to about
33,
the 2.
C.J. Childs on the carry.
Just a great push up front by the Raider O-line.
Mahoney in on the tackle. It'll be
79,
first and
Stevie
goal.
Miller in up
The
there.
Raiders.
Like you said, Cam Davio.
55, Reed Powell is the right tackle.
First and goal
Lebanon
from the
center,
2.
Zach Whitcomb, 56. See, there's 74 out there. Sebastian Yates on one side of the line.
Yeah,
And
the Raiders.
I think Steve Miller, 79, is on the other side there.
Yeah, Raiders have been very fortunate of a very experienced offensive line these past few years.
First and goal from the 2. Quarterback a little trouble with it. Picks it up.
Touchdown Raiders. Jack
The
Stone.
most of a broken play. And Stone is into the end zone, and Lebanon has a third score.
Yeah,
What
I don't
happened
know.
here on the snap?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if it was a bad exchange or, just. And luckily, nobody kicked it around there, and Stone, very calm and collective, picks it up and just goes right into the end zone. But fortunate that nobody didn't kick it around or it didn't, bounce all over the place there. A fortuitous bounce, if you will, for the Raiders, who are now up 20-0 pending the PAT.
We've had about 15 plays in the game, right?
Point after attempt by Tanner Ames is
3
good.
of them are Lebanon
5:36
touchdowns.
to go in the first quarter. You score Raider
In the first
21.
quarter, it's Lebanon
Cavalier 0.
21. Hollis Brookline, nothing.
With over 14 years of providing hungry patrons with high-quality food and friendly service, Bubba's Bar and Grill has a mission of delivering fun and great food on Newberry Harbor. Thanks to Bubba's Bar and Grill for sponsoring YCN Game of the Week. Great start for the Raiders here tonight in the home opener. Of course, a convincing win over Man West last week, again, where the Blue Knights came out and scored on their opening drive. And as several of the Raider coaching staff told me, that woke us up quite quickly. And Raiders walking away with that victory here. And early on, as we mentioned, could not ask for a better start against Hollis Brookline.
Ames, who's drilled the 3 extra points, gets good leg on this one. Inside the 10 comes lob. And a good hit at the end of the play will stop the return man at about the 24.
Now you talk about the landscape of
33,
Division II
Brady
this
Long
year.
on the return.
Lebanon, we knew, was one of the teams that was favored to come into this season. How about Hanover
Connor
with
Brown
a
and
big win
Zach
last
Whitcomb
week?
in on the tackle. It'll be
A
first down for
65-yard
Cavaliers from their
touchdown
own 20.
pass from Colin Pierce to Brendan Logan.
40-yard
And
line.
Hanover upsets Bow to open up week 1. So it seems like after Lebanon, things are pretty wide open here in Division II.
First down and 10. Sweep goes to the right side. Lebanon runs that.
24, Elliott Trott on the carry. Tackle for a loss
Run.
by 12. Jack Stone will be second.
And they'll give
long.
Jack Stone credit on the tackle.
Great pursuit by Cole Shambo. I mean, look at it. He starts on the right side.
From the Cavaliers'
That was
15-yard line.
Stone, excuse me. Jackson Stone coming from the free safety position, shot out like he was out of a cannon and makes a tackle for a big loss. Loss of 9 on the play.
Yeah, very rare that you see a 9-yard loss on a sweep. Quarterback to throw, McQuilkin in trouble, down he goes. I think first.
Sack on the play, 74, Sebastian Yates.
Sebastian Yates and
Brings up
Cam
3rd and long from
Davio
the 5-yard line.
coming in off the edge as McQuilkin was looking to his left. Sebastian Yates pressured him. That stepped up into Davio, who finished him off. And the defensive front for the Raiders creating havoc for the quarterback McQuilkin here tonight. He has not had time to throw here early on.
3rd down, very long, comes out of the end zone, trying to flip it downfield, missed the intended receiver, Jordan. And it is going to be 4th down from just outside of the own end zone for Hollis Brookline.
Yeah, they were trying to set up the screen there, and Trotton just was trying to finish off a block, and he just didn't turn his head, and McQuilkin had to fire it off because the pressure was coming right at him. So a design screen goes nowhere. Now dangerous spot here for Hollis Brookline.
Yeah. Again, the snap's coming from the 5. And the punter's in the middle of his own end zone, rushed, and it was tipped up. It's going to be recovered by Lebanon back at the 12. Ball picked up. Cole Shambo runs it back.
Punt is blocked, return for a touchdown. 22, Cole Shambo.
Cole Shambo this time.
Who got the block? 77? Nope, far side there. Was that Childs again?
Chris Childs, C.J. Childs.
Chris Childs.
C.J. Childs blocks it. Cole Shambo picks it up, runs it into the touchdown. Second blocked punt return for a touchdown by the Raiders here tonight.
.4:11 to go here in the first quarter. YCN game of the week. And it's been all Leb. Ball down. Ames looking for his 4th extra point. Pushes that one, no good.
Point after attempt is wide right. With 4:11 to go in the first quarter, your score, Raiders 27, Cavaliers 0.
Even played 8 minutes of the game,
Again,
Brad.
plenty of food,
That's
plenty of drink
4
over at the
scores.
concession stand.
It has been
All
very
proceeds benefit the Lebanon
impressive
High
start
School
so
football
far for
program.
the Raiders. It's been a combination of defense, special teams especially here early on. But Hollis Brookline has not been helped by having to start their offensive possession deep in their own end and then having a punt deep in their own end zone there. So the Raiders just could not have asked for a better home opener here tonight.
And next week at Milford. Coach Jones been doing it a long time down in Milford.
You know, Milford is one of those, we talked about what is the other team that's going to be out of Division II, and a lot of folks think the Spartans are right there, and they've always got a very consistent program. That should be a fun game.
Ball loose on the ground on the return, and Hollis will take it.
Ames kickoff is down by 33. Brady Law with 1st down Cavaliers from their
Tonight
own
is the
15-yard
rivalry
line.
game for Milford. They're playing Souhegan.
And I was just about to say, that's next up for Hollis Brookline is Souhegan and then Milford. So, of course, Souhegan and Milford, always an entertaining matchup when those two squads go at it, no matter what sport it is.
A lot of football being played around the state of New Hampshire tonight. Friday night football certainly is taking hold here. Riley McQuilkin, see if he can get something going here on this possession. And he goes down as he releases downfield. Ball just kind of popped up into the air and it fell incomplete down around the 30.
Riley McQuilkin's pass
Yeah, it
is
looked like
incomplete.
a couple of
Brings up 2nd down.
Hollis Brookline O linemen kind of banged into each other. Looked like Dylan Brown, 65, kind of rubbing his neck there. Looked like he kind of ran into his own guy, but thankfully for Hollis Brookline, they able just to get an incomplete pass there, and they'll reset here on 2nd down.
Ball far right side hash mark. Running back circles in front. McQuilkin again under pressure. Drops, loses the football. Hollis does fall on it. But it'll go as a sack and a
Sack on the
5-yard
play,
loss.
number 7, Hunter Grant.
Hunter Grant, the
Brings up
senior,
third down.
getting the call there, setting up third down for the Cavaliers.
Big hit taken there by McQuilkin. Couldn't see, that might have been 74 there for the Raiders. Sebastian Yates, we've seen his number called a few times here tonight.
A fire from that left end position. Egan Fredette, 64, starting on that Lebanon front line for Coach Childs tonight. Shotgun snap, quarterback airing one out, looking long downfield, and incomplete. They were
Pass
trying
attempt
to go
broken up
deep.
by Nyota Pooney.
27
Fourth
kidded.
down.
Oh, no, that's 21. So they went deep down for Cora. Looked like Jack Stone tried to time it here to get the interception. It was just out of his reach. And the Raiders do a good job. They forced the Cavaliers to give up the football.
Positive there for Hollis Brookline was their O-line was able to give McQuilkin there some time to kind of set and throw, and it was actually a pretty nice pass there, just tough to throw it into double coverage.
Hunter. Childs was right there again, Brett. No return of the punt that'll die at the Hollis 31. So
Punt is
Lebanon
down at
takes
the
over.
Cavalier
Lebanon to go on the
32-yard line. Will be first down Raiders.
Already 4 scores on the board for Lebanon. They lead 27-0. This is the YCN Game of the Week, scheduled to be back in North Sutton next week for Pelham and Kearsarge.
Yeah, coverage will start at 6:22. Live coverage on YCNNow.com, and the following week, the YCN Game of the Week will be in Hartford. So looking forward to that. Hartford actually hosting BFA St. Albans tonight. The Bob Whites, one of my favorite high school nicknames in the Twin States.
Never had to make that trip up north.
Never had to go to
Having
St.
do-
Albans.
That's a long way to go. First down. Stone, he's got some pressure coming. Now he'll roll to the right. Tucks and gets to the 30. Still going to the 25. Stone to the 20. Now breaks it out to the outside. Stone still going. Takes it in. Touchdown. Lebanon. That looked like a video
Jack
game
Stone
play.
on a 32-yard scramble.
I don't know if that was Fran Tarkenton out there or if that was Jackson Stone. Look at this. Gets forced to the outside. Fakes the pump throw. Breaks 1, 2, 3, 4, and
There's
then
the move right there.
cuts across the field. And then once he gets to the outside, there was really no chance. I mean, boy, that was an impressive run, and then a nice block at the end there to spring him free.
Ames will kick out of the Stone hold, looking for the extra point. The ball is up and booted through, and it's 34-0.
10 Ames
Lebanon.
point after attempt is good.
2:57 to go in the first
2:57
quarter
to go
of
in the
tonight's
first
game.
quarter. Your score, Raiders 34, Cavaliers 0.
And that was just, again, I mean, that was just really impressive there by Jackson Stone. Again, we talked about it. He's a guy that's getting looked at by Holy Cross, by UNH, and, you know, you don't get to see too much Division I talent to play on Emerton Memorial Field, but Raider fans are getting a treat here, and they're seeing Jackson Stone put on a performance, and the Raiders are just come out on fire here in this home opener against the Hollis Brookline Cavaliers.
I'd have to do a check of my records. I did a Lebanon game at Merrimack Valley where the Raiders, I think, put 50 on the board in the first quarter against the Merrimack Valley squad. And this is very unusual. It's a club that scored 60 last week, though. Right through the return man. That ball's
It's live. It's a live ball.
Touchdown, Lebanon.
It's a live ball.
It was touched by the Hollis Brookline
Touchdown Raiders.
Birdman, and as a result, the ball is live.
So here's the kick as we see it on replay. I mean, I don't know if he just tried to play it off that he didn't touch it, or
53, Noah LaMontagne on the kickoff recovery for a touchdown.
Noah LaMontagne recovers the ball in the end zone. And now Ames will try to add the extra point here.
Boy, special teams has really played a factor in this one here tonight.
Extra point's going to be a little tougher because it looks like they've penalized Lebanon.
Chris Childs getting an explanation now on the far sideline. Clearly not too happy, as you can see.
Waiting for some indication. Did they rule it a touchback after all? Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. That they're not going to count the points. And
we have a correction on the play.
Ball at the 20-yard line, first down, with 2:49 to go in the quarter.
So they did rule it a touchback. That's very interesting
Touchback,
because
it'll be first down. The Cavaliers from their own 20-yard line.
The head referee made the motion that he touched it to move the clock. So clearly one of his fellow officials said that was not the case.
So McQuilkin throws it out.
Pass is incomplete, second down.
So it'll be second down. So the score should read 27-0 in favor of Lebanon. Running back for Hollis will be Elliot Trodden.
What a weird play that was.
It was. McQuilkin, little dump pass. That is Trodden. He's got running room far side, 25-30, and forced out of bounds at about the 32-yard line.
Pass completes 24. Elliott Trodden tackled out of bounds by 12. Jack Stone will be first down.
And that's really what you need at this point right now if you're Hollis Brookline. You need those
their own 31-yard line.
building plays. And here you go, get a little screen. Nice blocking up front, and we saw Hollis try to attack the outside edge early in this game, and they do one right there and pick up the first down.
Pickup of 12 for the Cavaliers. First down and 10 from the 32. Quarterback coming out far side, and the ball is going to be short in and out of the hands of Isaiah
Pass
Velez.
to 20, Isaiah Velez,
Cam
incomplete.
Davio was all over McQuilkin, and Davio has just been really been wreaking havoc on that right side of the defensive line for the Raiders.
So here's second down. They remove a man in motion. Coming here to the near side is Velez. He'll set in the slot. There are trips now on the left side for Hollis. They have to hurry to get the play. McQuilkin steps up, hit in the pocket, and releases the ball. It should be an incomplete pass, and that is how they call it.
McQuilkin just had no time tonight again. Pump fake, pocket collapses.
Call the field was incomplete
Raiders
pass.
able to
Will bring up third down.
Force the incomplete pass. It'll bring up third down for the Cavs.
They never did take those points off the board, though. So now I'm a little confused on why that's still up there, that fifth touchdown. Oh, because that's what the score is. 34. That's right. It would have made it 40-0. Downfield incomplete. I'm sorry. There are 5 Lebanon touchdowns already in this first
Ingram,
quarter.
incomplete.
I was just trying to sit here and do the math on this, and I think we're supposed to be.
Yeah, we are. Childs on a block punt, scoop and score. Naoti Puni on a run. Jack Stone a run. Cole Shambo recovers a block punt, runs it back for a touchdown, and then Stone's second touchdown of the day, 32-yard run. It is 34-0 Lebanon. My apologies there. And then it looked like Lebanon had scored again. And Raiders are going to get the ball back here now, though. Hollis did get a first down of the quarter on that drive, but cannot advance any further. Mahoney to punt. Mahoney gets it away. Ball takes a sideways bounce and will hit at midfield.
That was actually a nice job by Mahoney to get that punt away. It was a low snap, but he was really quick to be able to get that one away. So Mahoney, who's been busy tonight on the punts, able to get that one away, and the Raiders again will get a short field here, up 34-0 in the first quarter. Mix of special teams, defensive plays, and then Jackson Stone with an impressive highlight run. Give the Raiders the big lead early here.
I'm Bob Lippman along with Brett Franklin. Ball right side, hash mark for Stone on first down. Receiver comes out far to the right. Here is Ames. Pooney goes in motion. It's an inside handoff to Childs for 2.
C.J. Childs on the carry, tackled by number 65,
for
Dylan Brown.
Dylan Brown on the stop.
Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8. Ball's at the Cavalier 48-yard line.
You know, we talk about this Hollis Brookline program. They went to their first ever state championship game at UNH in 2019. They won it all, beat Plymouth in a rain-soaked contest.
Oh, yes, I remember. That's the day we were there for Trinity,
for
right?
Lebanon and Trinity, yes.
2nd down and 8 from the 48. Handoff, Shambo, running room up the middle, 40 to the 30. He's got the burners. There goes Shambo, touchdown Lebanon. No flags on the play. His second score of the quarter is a
22, Cole Shambo, 48-yard run.
Cole Shambo again. Fake the inside handoff, then they give it right to Shambo and just hits the hole and he explodes. And then once he turned it to the outside, look at that, sidesteps the tackle around his feet. And he scores for 6. This rushing attack of Cole Shambo and C.J. Childs has been impressive. And it's the tough thing, too, is Childs and Shambo, they're almost the same thing. They're kind of those bruising running backs where they like contact, to lower the shoulder, and they're really the same. They're 1A as far as I'm concerned, as far as their physical build and the way their running style. It's impressive.
Lebanon will go for 2 here. Chance to work on a play. They're going to sweep it right, and did he get in? He did. That is Justin DiCarlo.
2-point conversion good. Number 2, Justin DiCarlo on the play. With 1:20 to go in the first quarter, score Raiders 42.
42-0.
Cavaliers 0. Once again, plenty of food, plenty of drink.
Tonight on the YCN Game of the Week, which is being brought to you by the Barton Insurance Agency, which has been your choice for quality service and comprehensive coverage in New Hampshire since 1954 in northern New England. Thank you again to the Barton Insurance Agency for supporting YCN Game of the Week. So the Raiders with a commanding early lead in this one in their home opener. Raiders will be at Milford next week and then at Guilford Belmont before they return here to Lebanon on October 1st against Souhegan.
1 week at a time. Stay healthy and get through the regular season. Here comes the kick return. Hollis back to the 15, to the 20. And a couple of yards beyond that.
29 out of York in the return. Tackled by number 7, Hunter Grant, on first down Cavaliers.
Give Hunter Grant the special teams tackle. Cavaliers take over with 1:12 left in the first.
From their own 20-yard line.
Hanover is down in Manchester tonight. They take on Man West. Stevens will be at Winnisquam tomorrow for a 2 p.m. kickoff there.
First down and 10 from the 20. Quarterback drops back. McQuilkin, down he goes. And 69 for the Raiders.
Sack on the play, 69, Connor Brown.
It's really, McQuilkin just had
Bring
no
second
time.
and long. Ball's at the Cavalier 15-yard line.
Back there as the starting quarterback just really has just not been able to get himself settled in. This Raider defensive front has just been bruising.
Second down, 45 seconds left in the quarter. Quarterback asks for the ball. Pressure coming. Little pass over the middle. Lebanon kind of bid on it a little bit. They'll get good yards, 7-8 yards on the pass play out to Elliott Troughton.
24, Elliott Troughton, tackled by 74, Sebastian Yates.
Sebastian Yates credit for
Gain
the
of about
tackle.
8 on the play. Brings up 3rd and long.
Sebastian Yates,
Falls
also
at
the
Cavalier 23-yard line.
starting goaltender for the Lebanon Raider hockey team.
3rd down and 7 from the 23 for the Cavaliers. Three seconds on the clock, just beats that. McQuilkin going for a ball. Look at this spiral. Downfield, incomplete. Ball went into the hands there of Isaiah Velez.
That's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Raiders 42, Cavaliers 0.
Was the guy who defended the play well. And a first quarter to remember for the Leb fans here tonight. 42 on the board in the first for Lebanon. They lead Hollis Brookline in this Division II matchup. It's the YCN Game of the Week.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
Because they
also like to take the opportunity to recognize Lebanon High golf team, who's now 2-0.
First quarter to remember
three
for
big
Lebanon.
matches
Jack
coming up
Stone
next week on
scores
Monday,
twice.
Wednesday, and
Cole
Thursday.
Sambo scores twice. CJ
long
Childs blocks
straight
2
golf
punts
team.
and scores once, and it's 42-0 Leb end of one.
Yeah, we've seen, like you said, Bob, a little bit of everything. Special teams, defense, nice running attack from the Raiders, and they've shown a little bit of everything and why they've been picked the favorites here in Division II this year.
Thank the Barton Insurance Agency, your choice for quality service and comprehensive coverage in New Hampshire since 1954 in northern New England.
Okay, if you're Hollis Brookline, you just need some positive plays here, one play at a time. Try to get some positive momentum here. But they'll be punting on 4th down. Good punt.
From just inside midfield comes Pooney, and he's back to the Hollis.
Naomi Pooney on the return, flag on the play.
Our first penalty flag of the night. Right in a second. Leb had a defensive offside.
That was the first play of the game.
Yep. Legal procedure on Hollis. They're going to have him re-kick.
Trying to get that shorter field.
Penalties on the Cavaliers.
They must have refused it because you're just going to take the ball to the 39-yard line. 11:50 to go, just underway
Penalty
in the
was
second
illegal
quarter.
procedure on the Cavaliers. The Raiders declined a penalty. So it'll be 1st down for the Raiders from the Cavalier 39-yard line.
The Raiders have spent all night in Hollis territory.
A short field certainly has helped the Raider cause, no doubt. I believe Justin DiCarlo is in at quarterback now. Bob?
Number 2 will take over. But I see Mason Aredo out here wide to the left. There'll be a run play, and off of the right side, this is going for a good gainer. Down the right side comes Hunter Grant. He's across the 20, still fighting his way down.
700 grand on the carry.
Inside the 15 and down near the 10-yard line for Lebanon.
Grant, a senior on this Raider team, and
Carries it all the way to the 11-yard line.
That's a tough running back core to break through, right?
28-yard run will be first down for the Raiders from the Cavalier 11.
Making the most of his opportunities so far.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the 11. 11 and a half to go here in the second quarter. Again, Grant will be the tailback with DiCarlo, the quarterback for Lebanon. 44 in the backfield is Richie Gatto. And it'll be DiCarlo on the keeper, following the blocking left side, and he's in. Touchdown, Lebanon.
Touchdown Raiders, number 2, Justin DiCarlo, the quarterback keeper.
11-yard run.
DiCarlo already had the 2 points to his credit, and he'll get the 6. And again, look how he just waits for the blocking to just settle up front, and great blocks set by that offensive line by the Raiders. And Leb is putting on a clinic early on here, and nice way to kick off the home schedule.
Well, it looked like they were going to line up in a 2-point formation, but I now see Tanner Ames out on the field. It's going to be a kick try? Nope. Ames will line up as a tight end on the right side. So the Raiders will go for 2 here. Try to tack on. DiCarlo, the quarterback, gives to Grant, and he'll get in. And Lebanon is at a half century. They lead 50-0.
2-point conversion is good. 700 Grant on the carry.
Nice thing here for the Raiders is they're going to get some guys that haven't
11-12 to go in the second quarter.
See some action, and they'll get the opportunity here tonight. YCN Game of the Week being brought to you by Bubba's Bar and Grill. They have a menu comprised of seafood, land fares, award-winning seafood chowder, hearty sandwiches, and a diverse pizza menu to satisfy any size party located on beautiful Newberry Harbor. Thanks to Bubba's Bar and Grill for sponsoring YCN Game of the Week. Got some out-of-town scores, Bob, if you would like me to read some of those out. And we'll try to keep it somewhat local and in our division, but Pelham leads Laconia 20-0 in the second quarter. Get more here after the kickoff for the Raiders.
And play is in for Ames. I heard the whistle. He's gotten some pretty good distance on these. Doesn't do a big run up. From his own 15, Hollis will bring it back across the 20 and out to about the 25. Ben St. John.
28, Ben St. John on return.
Cavaliers.
Tackled by 45, Grayson Avery.
John Stark leads Merrimack Valley 28-7.
24-yard line.
16 left in the game. What time did that game start at? Had to be a 6 o'clock start time.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the 25.
Timeout Raiders.
Raiders will use a timeout here. We're going to go break.
Lebanon High School Bass Fishing Team has a big tournament tomorrow at Lake Wentworth.
Well, while we have a chance, while we
wish them good luck and tight lines to the Bass Fishing Team.
Yankee Chronicle, one of the staples here on YCN. Your Who, What, Where, and When show of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, presented by KVC Builders, premiering every Thursday at noon and 6:30 p.m. and anytime at ycnnow.com. Also, game coverage being brought to you by LaValle Middleton Building Supply, with 11 locations in Vermont and New Hampshire, where safety and service are their top priorities. Big thanks to all our sponsors here for YCN Game of the Week, which again will be in North Sutton next week. Pelham and Kearsarge going at it in Division III high school football. 6:22 the coverage live on ycnnow.com. And then YCN Game of the Week will be in Hartford the week after.
McQuilkin takes the handoff, powering off the right side, getting up to the 28, a 3-yard gain for Elliott Trodden.
Raider Armada in full force here tonight. As I was walking to the field, they were all hanging out, having a little tailgate, so good to see the Armada here tonight.
Be a shotgun snap. They move Velez in motion to the left side. McQuilkin's going to go long, downfield, into the hands of the receiver, Cora.
Pass is complete to 21, J.C. Cora.
Hollis Brookline.
Tackled by number 4,
Nice play
Morgan
by
Melendi.
Cora, as we'll see here on the replay.
Will be first down
Nicely done by
Cavaliers from the
McQuilkin.
Raider 30-yard line.
Tough of a night as he's had, Bob. He's had, right there, got some great time. Cora able to beat his man down the field, one-on-one coverage, and makes the nice grab and run after the catch. And again, positive place here. The Cavaliers are a very young team, so trying to build that momentum here as we continue through the night.
42 yards on the play, and they come right back to the running back Trodden. Pretty good
24,
hold on the left side.
Elliott Trodden on the carry.
Pick up 4 or 5 on that play. Pursuit over on the far side, Lebanon's Reed.
35, Ethan Price on a tackle.
Ethan Price on the stop. Lebanon getting a few other players into their defensive alignment.
Gain of 4 on the play, second down.
There's a pick up a 4-yard second down and 6 for the Cavaliers. Driving 9:49 to go in the half. McQuilkin now fires right side. Pass is complete to Velez. Breaks the
Pass
tackle
complete to
attempt.
20, Isaiah
And goes out
Velez,
of
tackled
bounds.
out of bounds by number 10, Dominic Wall.
Now this is the, again,
First
we're
and
talking
goal
about
for the Cavaliers.
building momentum, and this is really an opportunity for McQuilkin to try to settle his feet,
9-yard line.
get back his rhythm here. Again, he's been pressured all night by this Lebanon defensive front, but it seems like he's getting a little bit better protection now. He's been able to move this Cavalier offense into Lebanon territory for the first time tonight.
In fact, into a goal-to-go situation, McQuilkin fires. Left side ball is caught, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Cavaliers as Jake Ingraham
Touchdown,
is on the
Cavaliers.
receiving end, 18 yards and a score.
32, Jake Ingraham.
McQuilkin,
On the
quick
catch.
hit to the left, as you can see out of the shotgun, looks right, looks to the left, quick throw to the left. Nobody covering Graham there, and he's able to shed the tackle from Grayson Avery, and he'll go in for the touchdown. So something for the Cavs fans to cheer about here at Emerson Memorial Field tonight as they go for 2.
Again, McQuilkin will be the quarterback. Trodden is the running back. McQuilkin a throw right corner, and he overthrows the back.
2-point
man
conversion
there,
is
so
no good.
conversion
With
pass is no
9:35 to go in the second quarter. Your score rating
9:35 to go in
50,
the second quarter.
Cavaliers
11
6.
50, Hollis 6.
HR Clough Kearsarge Heating has full service offerings of all types of energy systems, as well as air conditioning and water conditioning systems. And don't forget their auto bath, car wash, and Muddy Paws dog wash in Kentucky, thanks to HR Clough Kearsarge Heating. And of course, we'll have our HR Clough Kearsarge Heating player of the game coming up.
Do you do the car wash first and then the dog wash, or the dog wash first and then the car
Dog
wash?
wash first, then the car. Because
Yeah, because the dog is dirty. You're going to get the
Right.
car dirty anyway. Something like that anyway. 50 points for Lebanon. The running time rule, I believe, only applies to the second half.
that is correct.
So team is up by 35 or more than be running. The game I mentioned, 11 years ago, Leb put 50 on the board in the first quarter against Merrimack Valley. That, at the time, there was a 50-point rule there. So we were running time from the first quarter on. Here's the kick downfield into the hands of Lebanon's Hunter Gregg. Here he comes back, 30. He's got running room left side. One Hollis defender able to wrestle him down is Ben
700
St.
Grant
John.
on the return.
Be first down from the 38.
Tackled by 28, Ben St. John.
Yeah, St. John might have saved a
Be
touchdown
first
run
down
right there.
Raiders.
But
One Hollis Brookline player shaken up on the kickoff. They'll tend to him, middle of the field.
Danza Rodriguez, the head athletic trainer here at Lebanon High School, on the scene.
Check out Echo Communications. Call them for all your printing and mailing needs. They're the home of the Kearsarge Shopper, where the latest YCN schedule can be found every week on page 3. Let's take a timeout. We'll continue with more of the YCN Game of the Week right after this. First play of the Lebanon drive comes from the 38-yard line. It's going to be a broken play as well. Grayson Avery,
45.
class of
Grayson Avery on the carry.
2025, takes the
Tackled by 14, Alex Casper
And
Martin.
a great opportunity for a lot of these
Loss on the play.
young Lebanon Raider players who might not get the opportunity to
Second and down
see
for the
some
Raiders
significant
from their own
varsity action, but they're going to get
32-yard
some here
line.
in this first half.
Yeah, and they got plenty last week as well. So you talk about how do teams build depth in the programs, and one of the ways to do that is you get freshmen and sophomores playing a lot in the varsity games.
Look right down the street in Hanover, Dartmouth College. I mean, one of their successes is they've been able to have guys play as sophomores and freshmen, so by the time their number is called, they have that experience and ready to go. So it's some very good fortune here for the Raiders overall.
All right, Leb got that 11th man on the field here last second, and after all that, they have a false start.
Morgan Melendi in at quarterback for the Raiders.
Flag on the play. False start Raiders.
The junior quarterback.
5-yard penalty will replay second down.
So we had Jack Stone start. Justin DiCarlo led Lebanon on another touchdown drive. And now Morgan Melendi, who is a junior. I think you just said that. Speaking of Dartmouth football, you got next week, game one.
Valparaiso out in Indiana, who is playing North Dakota State tomorrow. How about that?
Up at the Fargo Dome.
Yeah.
Second down. Lebanon again will sweep it, and there is running room on that right sideline across midfield and into Hollis territory. They call 44.
44, Richie Gatto on the carry.
Impressive run there by Gatto as
long gain on the play. It'll be first down Raiders.
Gets the pitch from Melendi, and again, great
Ball will be
blocking. You
placed
see
the Cavaliers
Josh
48
Ball
yard
and
line.
Hunter Grant on the outside with a couple of blocks. So nice job by this Raider wide receiving corps being out there, getting out front and blocking.
So they needed about 20, right? And they got it. And now it's first down and 10 from the Hollis Brookline 48. DiCarlo, or rather Hunter Grant, will line up in the slot as Melendi moves under center. First down play, they give it to Grant. Collided with the defender, almost was separated from the ball, able to wrestle control back and get 5.
700 Grant on the carry.
I see the replay here, and
watch that first hit. That ball almost
Gain of
comes
4 on
out.
the play.
yeah, the defender tried to rip it
Second
out there.
down.
Tucker Luter, number 54.
Give him 4, second down and 6. For the Raiders, 2 running backs in behind the quarterback, Grant and Gatto. Quarterback will keep it as Melendi rolls out. Maybe hesitated a little
Morgan
bit.
Melendi on the carry, tackled by 28,
Brought down
Ben
at the
St. John.
41-yard line by Ben St. John.
Gain of 3 on the
Was waiting
play,
for that
third
blocking
down.
to set in front of it.
3 yards to go from the Cavalier
Needed to push it, probably
41-yard
gotten
line.
the first down.
Yeah, it looked like it was Hunter Grant was supposed to pick up that defender 28 who made the tackle, but like you said, hesitated a little bit. Ben St. John making the play, as you can see him with the hands on his hips on your screen there, making the nice tackle.
We approach 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Third down and 3 from the 41. Raiders break set with a formation with Dominic Wall out as the split end on the right side. Slot left side is Josh Ball. Quarterback Melendi gives the ball right to 44, right into the belly of Richie
Richie
Gatto.
Gotti on
and
the
he's
carry,
taken down.
tackle for a loss
Nice
by
defensive
54.
play by
Tucker Luter.
Tucker Luter for Hollis Brookline, 54.
Loss of a yard on the play, fourth down.
Well, the Raiders haven't punted at all here tonight.
I don't think they're going to now either.
Couldn't have asked for a more beautiful night As we mentioned, temperatures at around kickoff around 65, and you know, Emerton Memorial Field's got one of the best scenes as far as the sunset goes, and we got it here tonight.
Certainly September football's never an issue, right, in New Hampshire. They'll hand it off, and down in the backfield is Richie Gatto. And Hollis Brookline
Richie Gatto on the carry. Tackle for a loss. The ball will be turned over on downs. It'll be first down Cavaliers.
Tucker Luter again making the nice play as breaks right through the fullback Ethan Price, who was supposed to throw the block, and he just breaks right through and makes a nice play for a loss.
You're just joining us. 6 touchdowns for Lebanon in the first quarter. They added one here early in the second on a Justin DiCarlo 11-yard run to take the 50-0 lead. Hollis Brookline just scored. McQuilkin to James Ingraham, and now they've got the ball again at midfield. Quick hit up the middle will go for 4 for Elliott Trodden. Gatto 44, one of those there for the Raiders.
24, Elliott Trodden on the carry.
Trodden for 3.
Tackled by Richie Gatto, and 53, Noah LaMontagne.
Second
and a 3 on the play, 2nd and 7 from the Raider 47-yard line.
Hollis brings a Luter back in as a defense or an offensive lineman. Man goes in motion. Sets Velez on the left side. McQuilkin to throw. Long downfield. Got some separation, but the ball over the head.
Pass attempt incomplete. 3rd down.
Touchdown on that last drive.
And McQuilkin with a little bit more time here, throwing downfield, and he's got a nice tight spiral we've seen a couple times here tonight. That went a little bit out of his range for his wide receiver there, but McQuilkin, again, a young quarterback trying to lead this offense, and we've seen sparks of brilliance here and there.
To throw, and man there, Cora with a first down catch. And he'll fight his way down to near the Lebanon 20-yard line.
21, J.C. Cora.
Yeah, right there. I mean,
number 10, Dominic Wallen on the tackle.
Here from
first down Cavaliers from the Raider 23-yard line.
Quick 3-step drop, sets himself. Nice throw, Cora wide open over the middle. I mean, that was a nice play right there.
McQuilkin's thrown for almost 100 yards here in this second quarter. 5 minutes to go in the half. Hollis trying to get on the board again. Quarterback with pressure coming, airs one out long downfield. It's going to be incomplete and almost intercepted in the end zone by Melendi.
Pass is broken up by Morgan Melendi. 2nd and 10.
It's been that McQuilkin to Cora connection here tonight. Really trying to spread that secondary thin here, and obviously down big, so you're going to throw it, but Cavs having a little bit more success here in this quarter throwing the ball.
Nice crowd here tonight, huh? Great to have fans back watching. McQuilkin looking deep for the end zone. And that's a Hollis Brookline touchdown to number 87,
Cavaliers.
Colby McDormand.
Pass complete to 87, Colby McDormand.
22 yards.
That was a nice pass there as McQuilkin looks right, and then he throws down the middle, looks over his reads, and a nice over-the-shoulder step falling backwards catch. That was mighty impressive.
So Hollis Brookline goes 50 yards in 5 plays. Second touchdown pass of the quarter for McQuilkin. They'll go for 2, failed on the first. Quarterback to throw, and this time it is caught but short of the line of game.
2-point conversion falls short with 4:38 to go in the half. Your score Raiders 50, Cavaliers 12.
In favor of Lebanon.
YCN Game of the Week brought to you by Barton Insurance. They're an independent agency representing top companies devoted to serving your community with the best coverage at the best price. Thanks to Barton Insurance. And please let all our advertisers know you appreciate their support of local programming on YCN. If you're watching, give us some love on our YCN News Facebook page. All Raiders here in this one. However, Cavaliers putting up points here in this second quarter.
One of the great features of our YCN Game of the Week is you can watch it on demand. I was working last week, so got home, got to see our buddy Andrew Zerhide with the Kearsarge and Campbell thriller from last week. Game of the Week. Here come the Raiders. Back with it is Grant. Bring the kickoff back to
700 Grant on return.
Go in the first half.
Number 13, Alex Martin, and on the tackle for the Cavaliers. It'll be first down Raiders.
Speaking of Kearsarge,
Ball will be placed at their own
Pelham next week on the YCN Game of the Week. Will be
28-yard line.
Live at 6:22. YCNnow.com.
Kearsarge had its game with Monadnock canceled this weekend. And I'll follow along, hopefully that they can get it back. I'm not sure what the
I was going to ask if it was
COVID
related.
COVID related.
Okay. Don't need to tell Raider fans about calling off COVID-related games, of course. Last season ended.
Yeah, COVID kind of affected a lot of different teams in a lot of different ways. Because there's the run play.
Grant on the carry, tackled by 87.
To the Division 4 championship game, Division 3 championship game.
Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8 from the Raider 30-yard line.
It's really, to be honest, it was really interesting that there was even champions crowned last year, considering the pandemic and, of course, the different approaches. New Hampshire decided, one of the very few states to have tackle football in the fall.
Right.
And Vermont, of course, right across the river, went to 7-on-7 touch football for the COVID pandemic.
2nd down and 8 from the 30-yard line. It is still Melendi at quarterback. And the handoff here goes to Josh
24,
Ball.
Josh Ball on the carry, tackled by 78, Greg Dushkin.
Now I did.
Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd down
in the
for
Valley
the
News wrote
29-yard line.
That they had referred to the last week's win as the 16th in a regular season win in a row for Lebanon, thus ignoring what happened last fall. Is that pretty much how you feel?
I would agree with that. I think that's an appropriate.
But the 2020 champions are listed in the NHIA.
That is true.
handbook.
That is true.
Here's 3rd down. Run play does not develop for Gatto.
Rich Gatto on the carry, tackled by 87, Colby McDormand.
First half, Lebanon may
no gain on the play. 4th down.
A couple of backups in at offensive line. John Islander.
Just saw Dustin Jarvis in there as well. 62 for the Raiders.
Freshman Ethan Lewis. He's in there. Originally from Texas. Family moved to the Upper Valley last year.
Long snapper's the regular guy, though, right? Zach Whitcomb. Hunter, and now Lebanon has a punt block that Hollis is going to run back for a touchdown. Connor Brown's punt is blocked, and a touchdown.
Touchdown Cavaliers. Punt was blocked by 54, Tucker
Hollis Brookline.
Well, we've called Luter's name a couple of times here in this first half for Hollis Brookline, as we'll see on the replay. There's kind of a fluttering snap to the punter there that it just gave so much time for Luter to spring free, and HB with their 3rd score of the quarter.
So the lead is down to 32, which would mean that we wouldn't even be in the running time situation for the second half. Tucker Luter about a 10-yard punt block and score. 3 punts blocked in a game. Cavaliers go for 2. McQuilkin, he's gotten that same play. This time finds Cora back in the end zone.
2-point conversion is good to 21.
Like that play.
J.C. Cora. 2:15
They really
to go
set
in
it
half.
up.
Your score
The
Raiders
other
50.
2.
Cavaliers 20.
The other 2 2-point conversions that were no good wide. This time he throws inside and the guy's wide open.
Again,
it's 50 to 20.
It's been McQuilkin and Cora tonight, and like you said, all of a sudden HB has just kind of quietly snuck their way back into this one. Still a healthy Lebanon lead, but credit the Cavaliers for still playing hard and still putting up some fight. In addition to being live at YCNNow.com and re-airing on WICX, all YCN games and programs, as Bob mentioned earlier, are posted for your viewing pleasure on demand at YCNNow.com.
Hollis won game one, the week one game, with 12 points. Here they've got McQuilkin, a couple of touchdown passes to James Ingraham and Colin McDormand, and now the punt, block, and score for Luter. Lebanon will bring the kickoff back. A good return across the 35 up to about the 34-yard line, almost to the 35.
C.J. Childs on the return there. So it looks to me that the first unit back out there for Chris Childs and the Raiders.
Who's going to be the? I think DeCarlo's going to be the quarterback again.
You're right. At least for the offensive line, it looks like the first unit's back out there. So Pooney's out there, Shambo and Childs.
First down and 10. Toss play goes to Childs, and he'll get outside for about 4.
C.J. Childs on the carry.
Braden Lobb on the tackle. Nice pursuit from behind.
1:47 to go
Gain
in
of
the first
about
half.
4 on the play will bring up
50,
second and
Hollis
6 from the Raider 38-yard line.
Lebanon opened a 50-0 lead in this game. Hollis Brookline has come back with 3 scores here in the second quarter. Now the Raiders in the closing moments of the first half. DeCarlo is the quarterback. Ball on the right side hash mark. Quick hitter. And here comes Pooney across midfield as the Raider first down.
Pooney on the carry.
Tackle made by
First down Raiders.
Cora. And it's
The Cavalier 48-yard line.
Minute 20 to go. Clock stops now on the referee's signal. Our referee tonight, Jim Presser, gives the sign. 14 yards on the run play for Pooney, who has one of the Lebanon touchdowns. There have been 7 of them here in the game. Man goes in motion. It's a toss sweep coming to Shambo. He has 2 scores. Shambo going 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone. Cole Shambo.
Touchdown Raiders. Richie Gatto on the carry.
First half is a 48-yard run.
Boy, just when you think, is he going to run out of room on that sideline? He just
Make that
tiptoes
Cole
it all
Shambo.
the way. Great block by Childs on the outside. Also looked like Tanner Ames out there as well. And then once Shambo gets out in the open field, he is really tough to track down. And look, it almost looked like he got an extra burst of speed that last 10 yards he was running. And Cole Shambo having himself a night tonight.
Touchdown runs of 20, 48, and 48. That's 116 yards just on those 3 runs. Raiders go for 2. DeCarlo rolling to his right. He's going to try to take it himself, and he's in. For points 57
conversion.
and 58.
Following the Cole
Third
Shambo
time tonight,
touchdown is
DeCarlo
good.
has punched
Justin
it in for
DeCarlo,
2.
2-point conversion.
And
48 seconds to go in your half.
Raiders
Score
sent back
58.
in, at least their
Cavaliers
ones
20.
on the running back depth chart, and they go right down the field and they put up another score, and it's 58-20 Raiders. If you would like your local game or event televised on YCNNow.com and replayed on WYCX, contact us today at info@YCNNow.com.
And just to correct what I gave you some yardage, the 20 yards was not a run for Shambo. It was the return of a blocked punt. His 2 touchdown runs have each been of 48 yards. Lebanon 58 and Hollis Brookline 20. Ames, high, deep kick from back at his own 10-yard line. Lebanon will bring it, Hollis will bring it back to the 22.
29, Adam York on the return, tackled by 33, C.J. Childs.
So be first down.
First down for the Cavaliers from their own 22-yard line.
Be over at Wildcat Stadium tomorrow night for UNH's first game before fans in a couple of years. They take on Towson in the CAA.
6 o'clock start time tomorrow night.
Yep.
You were out in Stony Brook last week for the opener for UNH football.
Snuck out in and out around the Hurricane and got a win for the Wildcats. First down pass play. McQuilkin coming right side. Catch is made, and the tackle
Pass complete to 27, Caden McQuilkin.
Caden McQuilkin is brought down by 20.
No gain on the play,
Sawyer
second down.
Hollis
Make that
probably
a
needs
yard.
to run one more play.
Lebanon does get the ball to start the second half.
Quarterback claps, brings the ball in. McQuilkin long, far sideline, knocked away. Justin DiCarlo was the one who
Pass
stepped in
attempt
front
broken
of
up by number
Isaiah
2,
Gomez
Justin DiCarlo.
to break up the play.
Third
6
down.
seconds to go in the half. 3rd and 9. And then Sunday at 4:30 for the Patriots and the Dolphins for game 1.
Is that on the nationally televised? One of CBS.
in
It's
that-
on CBS, obviously. What
It's
if
in
it's
that
doubleheader?
CBS late window. It's not Nance and Romo, though. Run play to end the half for Hollis Brookline, and what a
And that's
first
the end of the
quarter it
half. Your
was for
score,
Lebanon.
Raiders 58, Cavaliers
And
20.
42 on the board in the
Once
first
again,
quarter.
plenty of food, plenty of drink over the concession
Hollis
stand.
actually wins the second quarter 20-16.
Head over early, beat
but
the
our
line.
halftime score, Lebanon 58 and Hollis 20. This is the YCN game of the week.
You're watching the 3-time award-winning YCN Game of the Week. The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist with the most complete line of energy products and the highest level of customer and on-site service. By LaValle and Middleton Building Supply, home improvement and construction from concept to completion, now in 11 locations in Vermont and New Hampshire. Baba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor of beautiful Lake Sunapee. And by Barton Insurance with locations in New London, Contoocook, Grantham, and Sunapee. And by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more, with more frequent major weather events. Don't say again, I should have installed a generator. H.R. Clough provides the best home generator systems available from Generac. Our highly trained personnel provide you a complete turnkey installation. For a free estimate, call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
No matter what season it is, you can always find the best in American and Italian cuisine at Bubba's Bar and Grill in Newbury, New Hampshire. Stop in to enjoy our fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizzas, the award-winning seafood chowder, and a new seasonal menu just right for the cooler months. Dine in or take out. You can check out our full lunch and dinner menus along with daily specials on our website each day as well. Bubba's Bar and Grill, just 2 miles from Mount Sunapee in the beautiful harbor of Newbury, New Hampshire.
The stars may fall, the rains may pour, but I will love you evermore, 'cause you were born to chase the light.
Available at LaValle Middleton Building Supply.
So we've got all new electrical, and our roof is about 2 years old. Anything else you need to know? Oh, and I wanted to mention, we have a dog. That's not going to be a problem, is it?
If you buy insurance online, sometimes it's hard to get answers. But with Safeco Insurance, a real person will explain all your options, so you get the right coverage at the right price.
For personal and professional service at a competitive price, visit us at the Barton Insurance Agency.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
There's something for everyone in the Innertown Record newspaper, your trusted source for community news since 1993.
I like to know what my town officials are up to. That's why I read the paper.
Politics, local elections, and more.
I like to see my friend in the Innertown Record.
Correspondents keep you up to date with what's going on in your neighborhood. The Innertown Record thanks you for supporting advertisers who bring you the local news.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. H.R. Clough installs water conditioning systems to purify your water and add life to your hot water heating system. Now is the perfect time for one of our expert staff to evaluate your needs. For a free estimate, call H.R. Clough today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
There's a big difference between a big box store and a LaValle Middleton Building Supply.
When you're a local store, you need to compete with the bigger chains. So we've combined our purchasing power with over 300 independent lumberyard and home centers, and we've passed those savings on to you.
Our customers have grown up with our stores, and now their kids are shopping here with our kids.
We have everything you need for any home improvement project you can think of.
And the possibilities are endless.
If we had a motto, it would be neighbors helping neighbors build a community.
Just moments away from the start of the second half of our YCN Game of the Week. And as you can see, big lead for the Lebanon Raiders, 58-20 over the Hollis Brookline Cavaliers. Lebanon will receive to start the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention for a moment? I would like for us to have a moment of silence in recognition for the tragic accident that affected the Bow community, where they lost 2 of their young boys in a tragic car accident. Nicholas Ouellette, grade 11, and his brother Gavin Ouellette, grade 1, were lost in a car accident. Let's please think of them in a moment of silence. Thank you.
There was an accident that happened here early this Friday morning on Interstate 89 southbound, I believe. And some recognition here in Lebanon. And of course, our thoughts are also turned to the 20th anniversary of 9/11, which we will mark tomorrow.
Hard to believe. 20 years ago, and nice show of support here from the Lebanon faithful and the Hollis Brookline players to the Bow community that is, of course, dealing with a tragic loss. So a nice show of support. That's the one thing you usually get here in New Hampshire high school sports, a show across the state when one program needs the support. So nicely done.
Raiders will drop 2 deep back at the 10, C.J. Childs, the senior, and Ioti Puni, the senior. Lebanon rolling here in week 2, and they'll head to Milford next week looking to keep the unbeaten record intact if they can navigate through this second half. Hollis Brookline will put the ball in play with Joe Mahoney. And a little pooch kick headed towards the sidelines, and that will go out of bounds.
Flag on the play. Opening kickoff is kicked out of bounds.
That's where Lebanon will start after the touchback, first down and 10. Bob Lippman and Brett Franklin on the YCN Cable Game of the Week.
I don't know if you saw Goffstown and Manchester Central game got called off earlier today.
I had not heard that.
Due to a positive COVID test with the Manchester Central program.
I did hear, I knew that a couple of games were postponed because of the weather last night in New Hampshire. That's why that Stark Merrimack Valley game was moved to today.
Raiders elect to have the ball re-kicked.
Lebanon did not accept the out of bounds and instead will make Hollis move back 5 yards, and they'll kick
back
it
the
again.
ball 5 yards and re-kick.
You know, you mentioned Manchester Central. You mentioned Manchester West earlier, and of course there are the rumblings that Manchester Central or the Manchester School District will be consolidating some of their high schools.
Squib kick, this one is in play. And this is Shambo who will pick it up. There's running room on the right side. There goes Shambo, 50, 40, 30. Burgers on, touchdown Raiders.
Wow.
22, Cole Shambo.
Move Cole
Kickoff return for a touchdown.
into the lead for our YCN player of the game. Watch this. He's the up back, and when he cuts to the outside right, they're out of their lanes for a Hollis, and there goes Shambo. It's going to be about a 60-yard kick return. Omi, one last try there. Comes up a little bit short for Hollis on that right side. It's 11 Doe for the ball carrier.
Man, Cole Shambo, you know, I haven't seen his entire career, but I got to imagine this game's got to be high up there on the highlight reel for his Lebanon career. I mean, boy. Yeah, like you said, he was the up back on that kickoff return.
Extra point good for Lebanon. 65.
Point after attempt is good.
11:23 to go here in the third quarter.
As Bob mentioned, stay tuned for the end of our telecast for the H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat player of the game when we choose the competitor who had the greatest impact on today's contest. You might be looking at him right there on the TV screen, Cole Shambo. Big night for number 22. Again, the Hartford transfer from last year was his first year with Lebanon, and I'd say he's been pretty comfortable in that setting. By the way, to finish my earlier thought, there were the rumblings of Manchester School District, again, combining their high schools. I believe it was Man West and Man Central would have combined into the one giant school. So that would have some pretty big effects in the New Hampshire sports landscape if those two schools were to no longer be around. As the running time gets going here in the third quarter with the Raiders up big on the Cavaliers of Hollis Brookline.
Here's the squib kick. He fielded back at the 10-yard line. And out of bounds on the return is Braden Lau.
33, Brady Love on the return. Tackled out of bounds by number 2, Justin DiCarlo. Will be first down.
So I would probably
Cavaliers
say, Bob, without
from their own 24-yard line,
having completely scanned the Division II schedule for next week, but Lebanon at Milford's got to be the one that might be the pick of the week next week. And in talking with some Raider faithful, a lot of them feel that one could be the big one. Again, down at Milford on September 17th.
So it'll be Riley McQuilkin up as the quarterback for Hollis Brookline. Handoff goes to 29, Adam Bjork. I think that's his
29,
first
Adam
carry
Bjork
of the day.
on the carry.
Ran right into the Lebanon defender.
Tackled by 2, Justin DiCarlo.
2, Justin DiCarlo.
Justin DiCarlo's had himself a nice game too tonight. Couple of 2-point conversions.
No gain on the play, second down.
Again, this is the home opener for the Raiders. 3 of their first 4 games, or I should say 3 of their first 5 all on the road to start the season for the Raiders.
They'll go deep.
Pass broken up by Naomi Cooney.
J.C. Cora.
Third down.
Isaiah Velez was down there as well. It'll be third down.
Again, we mentioned earlier, John Stark winners tonight. Timberlane blew out Kennett last check, or they were blowing out Kennett last check. Try to see if we can hunt down a Hanover score tonight. Again, they're down at Manchester West.
.8:41 to go, clock running here in the third quarter. Lebanon 65, Hollis 20. McQuilkin forced out of the pocket, trying to buy some time with his feet. Pass comes out on the flat, will get out to the 28-yard line to Adam York. He's run out of bounds. Be
Pass
fourth
complete
down
to 29,
for the
and York
Cavaliers.
tackled by 2, Justin DiCarlo.
And building the program again. The Cavaliers were the D2 champs
Game 4 on the
2 years
flag.
ago, 2019.
Their first ever
Fourth
appearance
down.
in the state championship game, and they win it all. Beating Plymouth, which is always a pretty good mark right there.
Program just goes back to 2005. Deep pass there, caught and a first down. Nice play to 32. Jake Ingraham had a touchdown earlier.
Pass is complete to 32,
For the
Jake
Cavaliers.
Ingraham. First down,
Again,
Cavaliers.
Wilkins sees the
on
blitz
their own
coming,
49-yard line.
hangs in the pocket, gets a nice spy. I mean, I got to tell you, McQuilkin, he's taken a beating tonight, but he has had some nice tight throws into tight coverage, and right there makes the nice hookup, and they get the ball in midfield.
From the 49-yard line, McQuilkin double clutches. That second one,
Pass is incomplete, second down.
pretty good pass off, just couldn't get quite enough on it with the pressure coming from the Raiders.
I think he tried to kind of shovel pass it there once he kind of knew he was kind of falling down, going backwards was McQuilkin, but give credit to this young quarterback for stepping in and taking some hits tonight.
Number 12, high snap, coming out right side, and it is incomplete.
Pass
Intended
incomplete.
on the right side for Caden McQuilkin, Riley's
Third down.
brother. You know, if Justin DiCarlo plays the ball there, he's got a pick six. He played the defender instead. Could have stepped in front of him there, and he would have had another touchdown. Would have been his second of the game. But the story for Lebanon, Cole Shambo, right, a block punt for a touchdown, a kick return for a touchdown, and 2 long runs. And there is DiCarlo, and there is the pick six. How about that? One play later, he'll make it happen. 48 yards.
Pass is intercepted.
Touchdown, and Lebanon
Number 2,
is
Justin
over
DiCarlo.
Well,
touchdown on the play.
He called it the last play. Look at it. He read this throw all the way. He read it. He read the quarterback's eyes, just stepped right into the pass, and it was as green as daylight as you could get it for the pick six. Justin DiCarlo. Again, we talk about this is such a tough lineup to crack with so many experienced guys at the skill level here for Lebanon. So it's really, you got to make the most of your opportunity when your number's called, and number 2 is doing just that.
I don't think I've ever seen a high school game get to 70.
I was just going to say, this has to be close to a Lebanon record. It's got to be. You've been following the Raiders more than I have.
I only go back about 50 years. They're just going to take a knee on the conversion attempt. But on the pick six, 71-20 in favor of Lebanon. I'm at 131 on the board in 2 games for Chris Childs' Lebanon Raiders. Is Coach Childs 15 years?
15th year. He is the dean of the Upper Valley coaches ranks, as you see him there on your screens.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Chain Gang.
To make me feel really old.
On the other side of the field
in
this
high
season.
For Jim
Tonight's
Jett.
Chain Gang is Tim
course,
Dauphiné,
Chris was a
Scott
Shrine
King,
Game
Jeff
participant,
Cesarelli,
95.
and Captain Pat Hayes.
You know, Chris is really, you talk about a guy that's gone through the ranks and started out, I believe he cut his teeth at the Windsor youth football level, and then eventually worked his way up, coaching the middle school program at Lebanon, and became the head coach now in his 15th season, led the Raiders to their only official state championship in 2010. Again, we talk about that 1988. I know a lot of the hardcore Raider fans will say, don't forget about that 88 undefeated CVL Raider team, which you mentioned Coach Jim Jetty. I believe he was the head coach for that season, and the Raiders won it all, but again, the CVL was not recognized by the state association at that time, so it's kind of a championship that was not, but it was.
Hollis Brookline will bring the kick back to about the 30. We're down to 5:43.
29 Adam York on the return.
Pelham and Kearsarge.
Forced out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Only 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers from their own 30.
Cougars in North Sutton.
Pelham beat up on Stevens last week down in southern New Hampshire. Pelham always competitive in basketball. Of course, Pelham and Lebanon played each other in the boys Division II state championship basketball title game down at Exeter High School last spring.
Chris Childs played in the 95 Shrine Game.
So it would have been 94 season would have been his last year. And of course he played basketball. I believe he was teammates with Nate Camp. And
yeah, I'm almost positive that was Jim Jetty, then the coach of the Lebanon Raiders. It was right about the time that Lebanon changed coaches out. McQuilkin, the quarterback, and he has got his man wide open, core out to the 45-50. And sliding
pass
to
complete
take him
to
out
21. J.C. Cora tackled out of bounds by number 35, Ethan Price.
But you think about some of the coaches who are with their respective programs. I mean, you know, we talk about Chris Childs. He's the dean of the
first
coaching
Cavaliers.
staff, or the head coaches in the Upper Valley High School ranks. Greg Bolch has been down at Windsor for a little bit now. Sam Cavallero over in Hanover. Seems like he just came in the other day. So
it's double digits for Paul Silva in Claremont now.
Yeah.
Quarterback, swing it left. Gonna get a pass play here. And a nice move by Caden McQuilkin to get around Lebanon.
Pass complete to 27.
And he'll
Caden
take ahead
McQuilkin.
for the first down. 3:45 to go in the quarter. For the two deans at Division I, though, and nobody
He
is even
first down
in the,
Cavaliers from the Raider 35-yard line.
nobody is even in the same breath rate. Bill Ball, 29 years at Exeter, and Brian O'Reilly is in his 44th year at Pinkerton Academy.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Deep, And that's going to be a Hollis Brookline touchdown as they connect.
Touchdown Cavaliers, number 15, Joe Mahoney on the catch.
Yeah, nice touch there by McQuilkin. Takes a snap, 3-step drop. And receiver just breaks right past the cornerback. And in for 6 are the Cavs.
McQuilkin has 3 touchdown passes. 3:16 of the third. Hollis Brookline adds a score. Be a run toss. And on the cutback into the end zone for the conversion is Ben St. John.
2-point conversion is good. Number 28, Ben St. John on the carry.
71-28
to go in the third
new
quarter.
score. And we're here in the third quarter at Lebanon High School.
YCN Game of the Week being brought to you by LaValle and Middleton Building Supply. Home improvement and construction from concept to completion. LaValle and Middleton Building Supply. Also by the Barton Insurance Agency. They've been your choice for quality service and comprehensive coverage in New Hampshire since 1954 in northern New England. And by Bubba's Bar and Grill, which has a menu comprised of seafood, land fairs, award-winning seafood chowder, hearty sandwiches, and a diverse pizza menu to satisfy any size party located on beautiful Newberry Harbor. Again, thanks to all our local sponsors of YCN Game of the Week, and please make sure you go out and support our local sponsors. Again, I have, in the 10 years, and Bob Littman, you've been covering high school football longer than I have never seen another team drop 70 on an opponent, and we've seen it here tonight.
Yeah, you were too much of a menace last time. Go out of bounds. Mike Stone's Hartford club may have scored more in a game
Kickoff goes out of bounds.
We'd have to ask
Flag on
Coach
the
Stone.
play.
Who, of course, is the athletic director here at Lebanon High School. It's hard to believe. He told me this is his 6th season as the athletic director at Lebanon High School. I couldn't believe that. 6th season, and he's been retired from head coaching since 2012, but I could not believe he was here. This is his 6th season leading the Raider athletic department. He does tell me he
still looks like he did in the 90s. when I was doing the game weekend, and that's great. That's good genes.
Of course, Mike Stone, after leaving Hartford, coached at Norwich for a couple of seasons, and he told me he loved everything about that job. Unfortunately, the commute from Wilder to Northfield, Vermont was not the easiest to complete, but he enjoyed his time there for sure.
Raiders 40, 50, 40, 30, and down to the 30-yard line of Hollis.
44, Richie Gatto on the return. Turns the ball to the Cavalier 30-yard line. It'll be first down for the Raiders.
Nice return there by Richie Gatto, who's called his name a couple of times tonight. He is a junior.
I've heard of coaches and programs kind of struggling for players. That's not a problem in Lebanon. This is a pretty nice sized roster that Chris Childs has.
Yeah, and you know, it fluctuates every year. Even at the middle school team, they've got 30 kids in the program, where last year, and I'm sure COVID had a lot to play into it, they barely had enough kids to get going last year. So, yeah, the numbers were certainly a pleasant surprise for the Raider coaching staff when preseason kicked off. And they've got a lot of bodies on this sideline.
So we are going to return to Morgan Melendi as the Lebanon quarterback. Will snap from under center. We're down to 1:45, clock running in the third. Raiders run the ball right up the middle. And give it one more time to Gatto.
52, Graham Smith on the tackle.
He was actually listed as a tight end / middle linebacker.
Gain
on the
of 9 on the play. Second and 1 from the 21-yard line.
Backfield along with Grayson Avery, who is listed as a running back. There's another guy who's, doesn't mind the contact and
gotta love those.
Just bangs.
Gotta love those running backs that love to draw contact. No, actually, a guy that unfortunately passed away earlier this week, Sam Bam Cunningham. Talk about running backs that love to draw contact and would run you over. the great all-time leading rusher for the Patriots, passing away at the young age of 71. So, you know, when I see those rumble, and it looks like a delay game here on Lebanon as they just want to let the clock wind down and get to the end of the third quarter. But, you know, when you think about the 2010 state championship Raider team, Lippy, I mean, they had a tough, hard-nosed running back by the name of Cody Patch. And he was a big piece for that Raider team that ended up winning it all 11 years ago.
5-yard penalty.
They won, I believe they won that title here on this field, if I'm not mistaken.
Before we went to the neutral site of the championship game, have they made a decision officially what we're going to do this year?
It will be neutral sites this year. It will not be at UNH.
All to one knee. I know that third Saturday in November, UNH is home to Maine. So instead of playing it on the Sunday of Thanksgiving week. Lebanon will take a knee here. That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter with the score Lebanon 71, Hollis Brookline 28. Outcome has not been in doubt for a long time.
How about a big hand
Lebanon
for the Hollis Brookline Spirit Squad?
We'll be back with more coverage of the YCN Game of the Week after this.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. Now is the time to have a highly trained H.R. Clough technician perform an annual maintenance and inspection of your gas or oil system to help you avoid a failure in the dead of winter. Call now to set up an appointment. Call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple
squad
solutions
working hard over on the sideline. I'll put a big round of applause for the Spirit team under the direction of Darcy Bagley.
All right, here we are back at Henry Emerton Memorial Field, Lebanon, New Hampshire. Bob Lippman and Brett Franklin to call tonight on the YCN Game of the Week and the Lebanon Raiders. Certainly we wondered, after dropping 60 on Manchester West last week, what kind of club Lebanon had. And I think still, in terms of class of the division, it remains to be seen, but certainly have to be impressed with what you've seen so far.
Again, 71 points dropped tonight on Hollis Brookline.
Fourth down.
Lebanon is, in effect, just not even making an attempt now, just a one knee here.
I mean, again, it was, like I said, you know, talking to some of the coaching staff coming into tonight and just kind of gauging where they thought this team would be here tonight. And I thought we'd see a little bit more of a competitive nature here, considering how Hollis Brookline, they played a great game last week against Hillsborough Deering Hopkinton.
2 block punts in the first quarter that led directly to Lebanon's scores did not help.
And when you're a young team, you're on the road, you're already an underdog to begin with, and those things start to happen, it starts to snowball, and it's tough. It's hard to overcome.
I mean, so the Raiders took a knee, and now they'll take another penalty for a delay of game.
I mean, give credit to the Raiders here, and and trying to be good sports is, you still try to play here, but I don't think I've ever seen a knee this early in a fourth quarter.
Right.
It's.
Well, they did it in the third.
They did it in the third. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. But if you're Hollis Brookline here, I think it's the old adage. A great coach once said, "It's on to Seattle. It's on to Cincinnati." Well, for the Hollis
ball will be turned over on down.
Next
will be
week.
First down, Cavaliers from their own 36-yard line.
But I think if you're a Raiders fan, this run game's looking really darn good right now with Cole Shambo, C.J. Childs.
Make that the 35-yard line, Jerry.
I know everything's going to get lost with Cole Shambo did tonight, but Jackson Stone's run for a touchdown tonight, that was a highlight. That was a highlight reel run, you ask me. Hartford leads BFA St. Albans, by the way, 13-6 at the end of 3.
Just across the river from where we are tonight in Lebanon. All right, snap from McQuilkin. He has thrown 3 touchdown passes. They'll keep it on the ground here.
Ethan Lewis, and on that hit right there, the freshman.
28, Ben St. John on the carry, tackled by 50, Ethan Lewis.
71, Xander Colonnades out on the line right now for Lebanon, along with Ethan Lewis. 78 on the left side is Chris Kinney. I think I've got that last name right. Toss goes to St. John. We'll get outside, good yardage, 50 and pushed out of bounds. So he gets it.
28, Ben St. John on the carry, run down by 44. Rich Gatto forced out of bounds. It'll be first down Cavaliers from midfield.
Hollis is lined up near the 40. Meantime, the line of scrimmage is the 50. So we get everything all right. I think they were watching where the chain set on that far side. Now everybody's in order. They've got trip set to the left side. 3 receivers, including number 1, Ryan Photo. Little guy in between the 2 receivers. They'll run it. For about 3 or 4.
Last check, Milford leads Souhegan 13-0.
28, Ben St. John on the carry.
And these 2 teams will see.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Those
2nd
2
and
teams.
7 from the Raider 47-yard line.
Lebanon at Milford, and Hollisbrook line will be at Souhegan. Souhegan and Lebanon used to have a nice little rivalry in women's basketball for a couple of years.
McQuilkin to throw. It's a backwards pass. Ryan Photo makes the catch.
Number 1, Ryan Photo on the
Gets to
carry.
the 46-yard line. I kid you not, when it says on my roster that he's 4'7".
Yeah, makes the catch. Voids the tackle there. And gets a nice hand for his teammates.
They were thrilled, weren't they?
Yeah, good for him. That is great to see.
7:17 to go, McQuilkin. Pump fade, and a beauty. 20-15 to the 10 and out of bounds. Goes 17, first catch of the day for sophomore
to 17,
Caden Emmons.
Again, McQuilkin gets protection. Nice pickup of the blitz right there.
Big first and goal for the Cavaliers.
And
from the
wide
8-yard
open
line.
was the receiver down the sideline there. A couple of broken coverage plays, mostly with the second unit of the Raider defense.
McQuilkin trying to get Hollis into the end zone. Looking for another strike, and incomplete, far side going.
Pass incomplete,
Photo.
second and goal.
And out of his hands, and McQuilkin saying he should have had it. He couldn't believe it. I thought he was going to have it for a touchdown. Went in and out of the hands of number 1 right there. As the clock continues to move here in this fourth quarter, Raiders going to go to 2-0, while Hollisbrook line going to drop to 1-1.
Tyler Ernst is another receiver getting playing time in that right slot for Hollis. McQuilkin will be flushed out of the pocket, coming back this way, and that ball is, we're going to say, complete. But Ben St. John went out of bounds, so he can't advance it any further.
Pass is complete.
We've even lost a couple of yards on that play. 5:45 left.
Loss of 2 on the play, second
over
and
Hollisbrook line.
The fact
Third
that
goal
Cook even
from
got
the
rid of that ball
10-yard
the way
line.
he did is amazing, as 4 maroon jerseys were bearing down on him.
He picked the right way to go, though, because they were all in the chase from behind. There's a third down play for McQuilkin. Steps up out of the pocket and is intercepted. Lebanon's going to return this all the way. 40-50. Coming back is Ethan Price. They're going to let him score. That may have been 80 yards. Ethan Price into the end zone.
Touchdown Raiders, 35. Ethan Price on the interception
Price
return.
the junior. Boy, his eyes had to light up when that ball came right to him. And once he got to the outside down the left sideline, he knew he had nothing but daylight. And Ethan Price getting a nice nice hand from his teammates. (77-28).
Two blocked punts returned for touchdowns, right? And 2 interception returns for touchdowns.
Wow, this has to be Lebanon history here. I mean, this has to be, at least from a point scored situation, this has to be a record. It's the one thing you love about sports, just when you think you've seen it all, you get something that comes up a little different.
All right, they won't do anything except kneel down on that extra point.
2-point conversion is no good.
So
5:03 left to go in the game.
77, Hollis Brookline 28.
Be sure to check out Yankee Chronicle, your who, what, where, and when show of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, presented by KVC Builders. Premieres every Thursday at noon and 6:30, and anytime at ycnnow.com. And again, don't forget, our H.R. Clough, Kearsarge Heating, turning up the heat, player of the game. We'll have that for you in the waning moments of this one.
I already made up my mind.
Yeah, I think we might. Trying to get the little TV tease in there.
Stay with us for the...
Any prediction? Well, you're calling the game tomorrow in Durham, so I guess I won't ask you for a prediction, but do you expect
I do expect a really good competitive contest. The fascinating thing for Towson is their quarterback, Chris Ferguson, started 3 years at Maine. Last year was the quarterback for Liberty, and now in his extra years, the Towson quarterback. So we know him well. They have a transfer in from Georgia Tech as their starting running back. So they've got some skill players that you have to be concerned with.
33, Brady Law on the return, tackled by 24, Josh Ball. The first down Cavaliers
going to be the backup quarterback at the
from their own 30-yard line.
Brett Edwards, correct?
Brett Edwards.
From Lowell, Massachusetts, played his ball at Central Catholic, which is a big Division I school there in the North Shore. A couple of Lowell guys.
Looking forward to that Week 5 game with Dartmouth at Wildcat Stadium.
You know, the last time those two teams hooked up, it was a classic. More so for Dartmouth fans, but that's always a fun New Hampshire sports bar debate.
A big hand for the Lebanon High School pep band under the direction of Dominic DeFrancisco.
Right, new quarterback in the game for Hollis. And they'll run it ahead and get up to the 29-yard lines. Did they?
Number 4, Jeffrey Caton on the carry, tackled by 50.
Jeffrey
Ethan
Caton
Lewis
is the one that they identify as the quarterback for Hollis.
Speaking of new
lost
quarterbacks,
a yard of the play, 2nd and 11 from the Cavalier 29-yard
the
line.
Patriots will have their first rookie quarterback, make his debut in Week 1 since Drew Bledsoe in 1993, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, Mac Jones going to get his start on Sunday when the Pats take on the Dolphins.
And pass is caught. That's Photo again. He's got his second catch.
Pass is complete to number 1, Ryan Falto.
Bring it out to the 38-yard line.
Quarterback took a big shot, too. If you watch it here on the instant replay, Oh, he got hit, but nice
Gain
job.
of 6 on the play.
Getting that ball to
Third down.
Pelto and making the catch and run.
3 minutes to go. Quarterback asks for the ball. Getting the pressure on. Coming from the backside. Put a block on. Quarterback gets out of bounds.
Roll forward, Jeffrey Caton on the carry. Forced out of bounds by number 45, Grayson Avery.
And I think it was 18,
Will be
Tyler
enough for a
Ernst.
first down.
Watch out here, receiver on the right side. Watch the block. He's going to come back and make on
The
ball.
first down Cavaliers from their own 44-yard line.
Still,
It shows he's not giving up. It shows he's still playing hard, and that's the thing. The coaches will always look at. The film doesn't lie. Who's playing hard at the end of the game?
and it was done the right way.
Yes.
Caton rolling right, and again the pressure coming from the backside. He'll keep it here and gets dragged down at
For Jeffrey
45
Caton
yards.
on the carry. Gain of maybe a yard on the play, second down.
Well, I'll tell you though, I'm really looking forward to this Lebanon-Milford game next week. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and I think the Raiders should be a very stiff road test for sure.
YCN game of the week next week, scheduled at North Sutton, Kearsarge and Pelham. As Brett has reminded you at 6:22 next Friday night. And almost adjusting the route. Tyler Ernst came back almost.
Incomplete pass.
Yeah, Ethan Lewis was bearing down on the quarterback and again had to quickly get rid of the ball. To Tyler Ernst. HB quarterbacks have taken some big hits tonight.
It kind of set the tone early on, didn't it?
It did.
McQuilkin wasn't going to have a whole lot of time to throw.
28,
2-0. Hollis
Ben
Brookline
St. John
will
on
sit
the
at
carry.
1-1.
14, Caden Matson in on the tackle.
A convincing win, to say the least here. Maybe
Gain
one
of
of the most
almost 5
convincing
on the
wins
play.
I've seen in my 10 years of
Fourth down.
football. And they're going to roll into Milford next week, one of the highest scoring offenses here in this early part of the New Hampshire high school season.
Five seconds, got to get the snap off. We're going to get one more try at this. Air it out right side. And incomplete, and that will do it for our
And that's the end of the
YCN
game.
week tonight.
Thank you for coming out to Henry Emerson Memorial Stadium for Friday Night Football.
Turning up the Heat player of the game tonight.
Please drive home safely.
I think the defining play on this was that 60-yard kick return, the fourth score of the day for Cole Shambo of the Lebanon Raiders. Shambo scores on a 20-yard return of a block punt in the first, a 48-yard TD run in the first, a 48-yard TD run in the second, and about a 60-yard kick return in the third for Lebanon. He's my player of the game.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. There were a lot of plays of the game, but Cole Shambo certainly the player of the game.
That'll do it for our coverage here today. On behalf of all of us here at the YCN Game of the Week, thank you for joining us. For my broadcast partner, Brett Franklin, I'm Bob Littman. Lebanon put 77 on the board, gets to 2-0.